So in this video I'll be showing you how to use the Unwrapper, which comes with Ultibake. You can enable it from the settings here with the show UV tools and you'll get this panel. Now you should enable the UV visualizer when you use this tool because you can see if there are any issues. And to make things obvious, let me just do this. I'll duplicate this object so that their UVs are the same. And this is an example of bad UV. You have overlapping UVs and it's not nice. With this, it's a bit harder. So if you go to the other bake set, we do have overlapping UVs like so, but it's on the same object. So the detection isn't so good. So you have to enable this self intersection toggle and it will do a better job at detecting this kind of, but this can be very slow. So you might want to have this disabled, especially on a high density meshes. But as long as your UV visualizer doesn't show anything red, you're good to go. But if you do see something red, you just go to this and you click. You should use the smart unwrap because that is always available. But then you just click unwrap and it will do the job for you basically. And if you don't know anything about UVs, you can stop here because well, there's one more thing you can do if you don't want to learn unwrapping properly. You can use the MOF unwrapper, which is it's this free add-on I made for Blender. If you install this, it will be detected by Ultibake here, and it will result in a better unwrap, basically. But it's not perfect. It will fail more in some situations, but it's better than learning UV unwrapping properly, which can take a lot of time. So if you have this enabled, you should make sure that this path is set. So it's called MOF Blender, and if you don't have this path set, it will not allow you to unwrap. So you make sure you go to this website and download the zip from there. For legal reasons, I can't include the zip because it's not made by me, so I have to do it like this. But this is the way you do it. So if you click the unwrap and pack, you will get way better results. As you can see, less islands, which means that if you do use something like UV Packmaster, which is optional, you'll get a higher density, which will give you a better texture quality in the end. But if you use something like the smart unwrap, you will have less luck. In this case, the density will be the same, if I recall, and that's because this is a very simple mesh. But if you had something more complicated, like a character, you're definitely better off using the MOF unwrapper instead. Or if you already know how to do manual unwrapping. So I'll show this because it's something I wish more people knew how to do. So let's just apply the subdivision. So manual unwrapping is just I think of it as cutting a shell with a pair of scissors, and you want to cut it in such a way that you can lay it flat on a surface. That's basically what it is, and you do it with these red lines. So if you now unwrap, you'll get something like this, and if you keep adding cuts to this, you'll get a better result. You can also use, it's basically the same as this, but you would want to use this if you have a lot of objects. It's going to unwrap all the objects in the load collection, so it's a bit more convenient. But basically, this is actually kind of okay. Maybe the ears should be separated here. But this is the method you should learn, because even the MOF unwrapper isn't perfect. So select mirror and do a extend, and then we do mark seam, and now we can do the unwrap. So now the ears are separated. So this is good, but you see some pinching here, so you need to do a bit more here to make this usable but this is the real way to do it, in my opinion. But that's basically everything. If you have multiple objects like this, you can just use the pack only option. If they are already unwrapped, it will just arrange them a bit better. Like so. So this only arranges them, this doesn't really do unwrapping. Then there is the sharp edges, which is, it's the same as marked edges, but sharp edges are usually only used for shading information. But you can unwrap using that shading information as well. So if we do sharp, and we'll do a sharp and seam, so it's both, and we'll unwrap this. And I chose the wrong, so this is a good, I chose the wrong bake set. So try again, make sure you have the correct one selected. And as you can see, there's an additional cut here, and that's basically expected. That's everything you really need to know. The rotate islands is really used only for the pack option. And that's, if you have tangent space normals, you don't want to rotate them because it will cause malformed normals. So sometimes, but that's an advanced topic. If you know what that means, then you probably know how to unwrap by hand already. But that's everything you should know about unwrapping. In a nutshell, as long as this isn't red, like this, you're fine. Then you can just bake as you do normally.